Hi, I'm Jen Givon, and this is my newest novel, Salt Bones, which releases tomorrow, July 22nd, and I am so excited to share it with you. So come get ready with me as I tell you about some amazing partnerships with Salt Bones and two companies that I love. Bonita Fierce, which is a Latina-owned candle company. So I'm gonna go ahead and light this. Say a blessing over us. This candle is non-toxic and cruelty-free. It's made out of coconut soy wax. I love the way this candle smells, lilac, rose, and jasmine. And it's based on the Tejano powerhouse, Salina, that we know and love. The spirit of the candle is bringing together that confluence of culture, that borderland culture, which, you know, I've told you, been telling you for a while now, is what Salt Bones is all about. The creator and founder of Bonita Fierce says that she makes these candles so that Latinas feel at home wherever we are, and I love that so much. So she has other candles such as Abuela's Bakery and Horchata, Azúcar, and Cafecito con Leche, and all of those scents remind me of what is going on in Salt Bones with Malamar Veracruz, the badass mama butcher in my novel, while she's making tres leches for her daughters, which is a cake that I love so much. And actually there's a recipe for it in the book club kit that I've created for you, and that's available, link in my bio. Okay, and then the other company that I want to tell you about this morning is Cheekbone. This is an indigenous beauty company that I love, and I'm going to put on some makeup today. Let's start with some primer. This one is called Starlight. So much the idea from both Bonita Fierce and Cheekbone of creating makeup and candles for us. I just got my nails done. So next up, this is such a cool idea, and I love the sustainability of Cheekbone. So this is the unifying multi-pencil balance between humans and the natural world. Unfold and discover our vision for a sustainable future. It's a complexion pencil, and so instead of foundation and powder or whatever else, like, this is just a pencil that does all of those things. So I'm just drawing all over my face, and let's see. As a teenager, I had quite a bit of acne, and then as an adult, I have the rosacea acne, and it flares up with my autoimmune issues and all my chronic illnesses and stress and caffeine and red chili, green chili, all the chili and salt. I'm never gonna stop eating it, so I basically just have a pink face all the time. I love this. This is really pretty. It's going on smooth and just making me feel my best. And I like that idea of not like covering our faces, just like helping us to feel our best. So then we have the palette, which has the setting powder and the highlighters. So let's see, go ahead and get a little bit of all of this going on. So as the candle has been burning and I've been smelling como la flor, I'm reminded of Mal on the Mexicali borderlands by the Salton Sea, where my novel Salt Bones takes place. And the sea there is drying up and releasing all of these toxic chemicals. And it's been decades of pesticide-laden toxic chemicals like arsenic and DDT flowing into the Salton Sea. Sometimes via the irrigation ditches, also via the New River, which was right around the block from where I grew up, and I used to go run around and play in there. And I was just telling you about all of the chronic illnesses that I now face as an adult, some of which have affected my thyroid, my joints. I honestly do think that a lot of that was growing up next to the toxic water, and then that spreads into the land. As we know, and we're all connected, the people in the land. The sulfur, the stench of the dying fish. We used to have this terrible smell, and it would be like, okay, there was a fish die-off just a few miles away, and it would stink to high heaven for weeks. Or the beef plant nearby also, with all of these smells. So the como la flor is covering those smells. I'm actually in Albuquerque right now, where my family and I have been for the past almost 15 years. But I grew grew up on the Mexicali borderlands, right by the Salton Sea. And so I know firsthand the devastation that these unsustainable agricultural and ecological practices can wreak on the environment and then within the people. And so the stink. Okay, so far I've gotten my base coat down, got my cheeks on. I do just really like the shiny iridescent palette. So one of Cheekbone's missions is to support Indigenous girls through scholarships, and I love that so much. Educating and empowering each other. I thought that was such a cool idea, and I know I often write from this surreal, magical, real underbelly kind of dreamscape in the novel. Salt Bones, I call it, the hellscapes, takes as a launching point and complicates the Persephone and Demeter myth, how the land is angry, and rightfully so, and there's a monstrous mama on several levels in the novel. One of them is La Ciguanaba, the Central American and Mexican story of a horse-headed woman who comes back for revenge and justice. Okay, so I just showed you the mascara. I'm going to show you the lipstick in Hockey. So pretty and big. Let's see. I love bright colors. So smooth on my lips, so pretty. And all of this is reusable. So sustainable in how it's made and then in the packaging. And so you just refill it instead of buying new packaging every time. You just buy refills, and I think that's such an amazing idea. In the novel, Mal and her daughter Amaranta, who's in high school, she's a teenager, and Griselda, who is a college student who's been away at the University of San Diego studying ecology, and share everything. Like their whole lives are like a sleepover. It's like I call them La Veracruz Chicas, like the Gilmore Girls, Mal says. And so they share clothes, even sometimes the wardrobe of her long lost, disappeared sister Elena. And so Mal has been sharing all of the clothes with her daughters, and even makeup, and in the novel I say even hairbrushes. So like well, I don't want to give too much away. I almost gave you some spoilers. Doing my makeup makes me want to do spoilers. So you almost got me there. Oh, I didn't put my eyeliner. So I've kind of gone out of order. I got a little bit discombobulated trying to tell you about my novel and do all these things at once. Okay. So this one is a part of the mini Fearless eyeshadow set, and there are 3 of them. And this one is Lavender Rock. And so I knew I had to have this with, it's purple. Love lavender. Okay. I actually have a lavender satchel with me right here. Need it to calm down. So as I'm putting on my eyeliner, which I love, by the way, I wanted to remind you that everything in this video is a part of a giveaway that you just need to comment, tag a friend, like Juanita Fierce, like Cheekbone, like me, Little Brown, Mulholland, tag 2 or 3 friends, and you are entered between now and a week from now to win all of this makeup, the Juanita Fierce Kindle, and a copy of Salt Bones, which I'm so excited for you to read. There is some adaptation news in the works right now. For all of you who hung out this long with me and watched me put my makeup on, you get that tease bill for you. I'm very, very excited, and I'll share much more with you later. So thank you so much for being here with me. I've really loved putting my makeup on and getting ready to launch my newest artwork with you. These are the QR codes for Bonita Fierce and Cheekbone. There's something amazing in the packaging with the Bonita Fierce candle I forgot to tell you about. P.S. This is the coconut soy candle that I told you about. This says, plant this seed paper under a thin layer of soil to grow wildflowers, water thoroughly. So seed paper, amazing. Even the packaging is sustainable. Blessed be badass.